Hey everybody, it's Lauren at Aggressive Credit Repair, and Happy New Year! Like usual, when I make these credit tip videos, we are inside the software that I use to make those videos. So, and today's New Year's Day, so you will see a lot of content within this video about New Year. So, Happy New Year's to you. I'd like you to start the new year off with a credit tip. This month's topic: the top 5 credit score myths. Myth number 1. Every inquiry hurts your score. Definitely does not. I have an 820 score and a very solid length of credit history, and that's how I got there by virtue of ALOA. It's an acronym, ALOA, average length of open account history. It's so strong that if I open up or close an account, as long as it's not one of my older accounts that I'm closing, I'm probably not going to see much change in score. The inquiries themselves are not a tool used to determine somebody's credit health because it's not an indicator of whether or not somebody's going to pay back their loan. So it's a little bit of a myth that every single one of these can hurt you. Sometimes they can. I have found in my experience that if you lose a couple of points because of a new inquiry, that after not opening an inquiry for a few months, you just get those points back. Why do people think they're bad? You'll have to read this little section here about denial letters. A lot of misinformation in those denial letters. I bought a new car. Myth number 2. I bought a new car and the inquiries dropped my score. I hear that all the time. Well, the real reason your score dropped when you bought a new car is because of the new car. You just added 30 grand of debt to your credit history. You've shortened your average length of open account history by opening this new account. You haven't proven any payment history. That's risk, and that's what lowers the score. Not how often you have your credit looked at. And by the way, fun fact about shopping rates: maybe you'll get 10 inquiries at the dealer because they're shopping every bank in town. You're not penalized for that. You're encouraged to do that. That's rate shopping. So what they do with the inquiries and the scoring models that make up the score, the algorithm that makes up the score, is they count all of those inquiries as one inquiry. They group them as one. Myth number 3. Credit builder loans are the best way to build credit. Well, if you're in the credit builder loan business, you're going to say that. But the truth is, to get to 800, there's not going to be a lot of those on your credit to help get you there. It's accounts that have been open for long periods of time. My 800 score, for example, was built on the heels of 2 revolving credit cards and a mortgage, and all of which were open a long time, especially the oldest account. And that's the key. Note that I did not have a car loan to build that 800 because car loans come and go. Short-term loans come and go, and there is no shorter term loan than these little credit builder loans. So can they help your credit? Yes. Is it the most inefficient way to do so? Yes. Myth number 4. 30% utilization is the sweet spot for credit card balance. I hear that a lot. I run credit scoring simulators all day long. Trust me when I tell you, the best utilization is less than 1%. To be safe, I just go to 0 and pay off all my cards. There's a couple of older scoring models out there, specifically FICO's 2, 4, and 5 mortgage scoring models, where they do actually like to see a little balance on those cards just to prove that they're open and active. But for rule of thumb, lower is better when it comes to credit card utilization. Finally, pulling my own credit will hurt my credit. Well, there is a distinction between what's called a hard inquiry, when you have your credit pulled for the purpose of a loan, and a soft inquiry, when you look at it yourself. Yes, every single time you go and pull your own credit, like Credit Karma or Identity IQ, my favorite place, or myfico.com, expensive place, annualcreditreport.com, or directly through the bureaus, every single time that is noted in the soft inquiry section. But for the record, most credit reports don't even have this section. Lenders never see it and they don't care. And in fact, if you do see this section on a credit report, I do note that Experian has this section. It'll say something like inquiries that don't, the section will be titled inquiries that don't affect your score. It's noted really for the consumer's eyes only, and it doesn't affect scores. But like I said, hard inquiries really don't have that much effect on scores either, because that is not a tool to dictate how a how a borrower will pay back their loan. It is one disclosure I want to mention. I did have a customer recently who said that they were denied a loan purely for inquiries. I guess it's possible. I personally have never seen this. Okay. So I maintain inquiries are not the devil. They're actually a building block to generate a strong score, in my opinion. Look, if you have any questions or want to hear a different topic, reach out to me using this channel or just reply to this. I love to hear from you and like to know that you're watching. Happy New Year. Bye bye.